this is gonna be like, I guess the end of the year recap surgery confessional. It's been, gosh, it's almost been a year. We started actually talking about that surgery in November, a year ago, and the anniversary of the surgery is coming up in January. Since it's about the anniversary, I've been getting a lot of anxiety of the date coming up, and it really started affecting my sleep rather badly. It was probably some of the worst insomnia I've ever had. I've been going to a few holistic healthcare people, and he was able to help me enough to just ease it enough where I could start getting back to sleep, because I would just get so anxious at night. The fight or flight response was just kind of like, I don't know, just crazy at night, and I just couldn't sleep. There was times where I would like fall asleep, but I would just actually just wake myself up suddenly. So luckily it is getting much better, and I am starting to sleep semi-normal again, so yay! I think it also helped a lot too, just to kind of like realize why, like, since the anniversary of it was coming up, it just like stirs those feelings, you know. So just to kind of acknowledge that, I think also it was able to be helpful. Since I started to realize that, well, not realize, diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder from all of this, because I was just getting flashbacks and, you know, not fun things. One of the ladies does something called accelerated resolution therapy. It's almost like they try to take, it's so hard for me to explain these things. I feel like I always sound kind of silly when I'm explaining them, but basically it's a way of, instead of doing, because someone wanted me to do immersion therapy, I felt like I've been through enough, and I know that immersion therapy can be a little bit well, it can be upsetting because you have to keep going through the memory again and again, reliving it, and it's just, I have enough anxiety. I just felt like I didn't want to do that until I became numb from it. And this is kind of like, it tries to take you more in sort of like a dreamy state, due to like eye movements, hand movements kind of a thing. And I did it once, and so far you have to do it a few times, I think 2 or 3. And I did it once, and just from the one time, I've been trying to, like, you know, think about the thing, and I don't really think about it totally the same anymore, which is kind of amazing to me. So if that's something that you would be interested, I'll put it down in the what's it below. I know there's a silly name for it, but I can't remember what it is right now. One thing that I have realized, because I just want to go over like all the little bits with you. One of the other things that I've realized that just volunteering in itself, with it's called the Holistic Healthcare Day, like Hudson Valley Holistic Healthcare Day, and I've just realized that something about volunteering and feeling useful and just helping people out has actually really, really helped me. So I would also consider too, if you are depressed or just feeling, you know, just not feeling up to it, not feeling useful, I would say just find some place to volunteer. Like, I honestly just volunteer with them once a month, few hours for one day, and it seriously has helped me so much that just connecting with people, there's something about like not being so isolated with what you're going through, has really, really been helpful for me. So that's, I feel like one of the biggest things that I learned this year going through all of this is how important not being isolated is, and connecting to other people. Just gonna go back and forth between good and bad. One of the not so awesome things is I'm still in a position where I am lacking energy. So I can only work about 5 to 10 hours a week, just depending on like just how I wake up that morning. Like sometimes literally it's even like if the weather changes drastic, it starts to affect my body. I'm starting to be able to predict the weather, which is not like something I ever wanted to be able to do with my bones. But it is what it is. So I guess what my point is that, like, even though it's still hard for me to work, I'm still having a lot of trouble getting disability. And on top of that, it's just so confusing. Luckily, I've had some help. There's something here called RCAL. It's like Resources for Independent Living. It's an amazing organization that has been incredibly helpful to me, just helping me navigate through all of this. Because, like, I can't even imagine, like, from the stress that I've been through everything, and then trying to, by myself, navigate through all of the disability paperwork is crazy. Just trying to, I don't know, sometimes it's almost like you just kind of have to guess what they, what they mean. I'll put a link down for them as well. I've noticed that most anywhere you go, they have a place like this. If you find a disability resource center within your state, they will be able to point you to a more local one. One thing I will say about this, that there are people out there who are definitely willing to help you navigate through all of this just junk, because I feel like there's like this part of the population that is just so willing and so ready to help you, and then there's this other part of the population that I feel like almost wants to forget that you exist, and it's like those two fighting forces. But luckily I have found a lot of people just willing to help, and that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. I think I'm getting a lot closer to being able to get disability, which is great because I gotta pay my bills. I guess another good thing is my arm movement is coming back, and my body is starting to, I think almost, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I feel like my body for a while was in shock about what happened and just didn't understand how to integrate the new, I guess almost information that like my body is in now. But I feel like with all of the treatments that I've been going to, and mind you too, I've been doing a lot of holistic things, because with my insurance company, A, I ran out of physical therapy, and B, that stuff was helping, definitely helping, but I've found that the holistic healthcare, for me personally, and this is my opinion, maybe it'd be different for you, they treat me more as an individual, and I feel like some of the other places that I've go to that my healthcare covers, which is, just more the typical medicine, I don't know what the word for it is, but I feel like they treat me more like they treat the symptom, and since what I have is super rare, yay, unicorn, I find easier for me when they treat me as an individual. So that means since I'm doing a lot of holistic stuff, I've had to pay out of pocket a lot for that, which would be really cool if one day insurance companies, would take some holistic healthcare stuff into consideration, because I feel like the aftercare for holistic stuff is awesome and wonderful, and I feel like I wouldn't be as sound of mind right now, and I wouldn't be in so much more pain right now if I hadn't been going to see the people that I've been going to. Luckily, since I have the healthcare day, they also let me, I should explain what that is too. The healthcare day is basically people who do different things like massage, acupuncture, energy works, all these different types of things. There's some people who mental like therapy stuff, but all these people kind of get together once a month and they just have like a literally free healthcare day where people from the community come in and get a service done. I don't have to pay for everything out of pocket, which is amazing. Like I said, it's just they're a beautiful community and they've been incredibly helpful. Yet again, my point for that is that I am just really grateful, because I feel like I've always been very skeptical. I have a rare birth defect. I grew up with just like all of this medicine being in hospital, so I was very skeptical of holistic healthcare. But at a certain point, when you keep going to the doctor and then there's just nothing they can do for you anymore, and they say, I don't understand, why your ribs are moving, we can't fix that, you're gonna go try something else. And I'm really happy that I tried something else, because I'm starting to feel whole and feel better. I'm by no means there yet, but I'm starting to be able to see that light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm not waking up in pain all the time. And, you know, I could do little things for myself at this point. So it's giving me just like a hair of independence again. And that's huge. So it's been one hell of a year. And I'm really hoping that next year is going to be a little bit easier, a little bit less stress. Because it's oh God, this year I feel like everything has just been turned over, and I feel like I've become a new person, mentally and physically at this point. You know, I'm getting there. I've met a lot of amazing people on the road. I've learned some really important things, which are basically connection to people is very important. Connection to good people is even more important. And just also try to keep yourself busy. That's why I've been having all these little projects. I've made all of my holiday presents this year pretty much because I have a lot more time on my hands and no money. So everyone's getting handmade gifts this year. But it's also good because it's kept me busy. And also, like, it's kept me to the point where, like, if I need to get up and I'm not feeling good, I could get up, I could stop, I could take a break. And that's also another thing I've really had to learn, to listen to my body. Because I've in the past always been really stubborn and been like, no, I could push through this, and I can't do that anymore. Like, if I'm starting to feel like the soreness somewhere, I have to stop and I have to just relax and chill for a minute and let it pass. And important things, listen to your body, community, and, you know, try to keep yourself busy with something, you know. I guess that's it. Thank you for watching these. This whole process too, just even interviewing my friends and stuff like that, it's been really wonderful, and I hope to keep doing more of these. And I think I'm going to change the format a little bit next year. So we'll see how that goes. And if you have any comments or questions or I don't know, anything that you might want to see in a video, just leave it in the comments down below. I would love to get your feedback on some of this. And thank you. Have a lovely holiday, and I hope your next 2018 is amazing, and bye.